Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
It has finally happened, a moment fans never thought they'd witness. Two generations of boxing greatness collided face to face in one room. On one side stood Floyd "Money" Mayweather, the undefeated legend, the master of perfection, and the man who turned boxing into a billion-dollar empire. Across from him stood Terence "Bud" Crawford, the modern-day destroyer who stormed through divisions, conquered Canelo Alvarez, and redefined greatness for a new era. There were no staged call-outs or fantasy matchups this time, just raw, electric tension. Mayweather and Crawford stood inches apart, eyes locked, in a face-off that felt like an earthquake shaking the boxing world. This wasn't just a meeting. It was history unfolding, the past and present of boxing confronting each other, fully aware that whoever emerged from this moment would forever change the sport.
Floyd.
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters.
To understand how we reached this moment, we have to turn back the clock. For over a decade, Floyd Mayweather ruled the boxing world with an iron fist and an unblemished record, 50 wins, 0 losses. He outsmarted Canelo, outclassed Pacquiao, and outsold every fighter of his era. Mayweather retired undefeated, leaving behind a legacy built on unmatched skill, strategic brilliance, and global star power. He set a standard so high that many believed no boxer could ever replicate his mastery inside or outside the ring.
50 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
Then came Terence Crawford, fighter boxing desperately needed after Mayweather's departure. Skilled, disciplined, and driven by pure hunger, Crawford tore through the welterweight division, dismantling champions across multiple weight classes. But it was his showdown with Canelo Alvarez that changed everything, elevating him from elite contender to a generational icon, and proving that greatness didn't retire when Mayweather did.
About what fighters go through, and you've seen enough guys that the game is taken from. It's a hard game to get through. Can you get a better ending than tonight? I mean, really?
Not at all. Not at all. This is the top of the top. You know, Canelo is, you know, an all-time great. Like I said before, he's the last one.
He was the A side of the age.
There's no more Canelos, you know, so, there's no more. So, you know, when you look around, you say, I'm the Canelo, you know, I'm the face of boxing now. I'm the best pound for pound fighter in the world, like I always been, you know.
Everyone believed Crawford was too small to handle the size difference, but he didn't just survive. He dominated. He didn't merely beat Canelo. He dismantled him. In doing so, Crawford achieved what few thought possible. He made the boxing world question whether Floyd Mayweather was still the greatest of this generation.
Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. Because as soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, he would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider.
Everyone believed Crawford was too small to handle the size difference, but he didn't just survive. He dominated. He didn't merely beat Canelo. He dismantled him. In doing so, Crawford achieved what few thought possible. He made the boxing world question whether Floyd Mayweather was still the greatest of this generation.
Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
That single moment sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Floyd had spent years crafting his legacy around a simple truth: hard work and flawless execution. To him, Canelo had been one of his easier fights, a reminder of his dominance during his prime. But Crawford's destruction of Canelo forced fans to rethink everything they thought they knew about greatness.
That you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all.
So when Canelo flipped the script and crowned Crawford as the new king, something inside Floyd changed. The man who once seemed untouchable now found a shadow trailing his legacy, a new name echoing in conversations that used to belong solely to him. For someone whose entire identity was built around being the best ever, those comparisons began to sting. Slowly, Floyd started to move differently. In interviews, he hinted at unfinished business, suggesting he wasn't done just yet. This time, he wasn't talking about another easy exhibition in Japan or a flashy influencer bout. He was teasing one final real fight.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
and the name at the top of Floyd's list was none other than Terence, Bud Crawford, the man who had dethroned Canelo and shaken the foundation of Floyd's legacy. This was no longer about money or fame. It was about pride, legacy, and control of the narrative. Mayweather wanted to rewrite the story before history could write it without him.
Any fighter, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would love for him. I wish he was my weight.
All right, interesting answer.
He's very delusional. He can't listen. If he was anywhere near that realm of Great Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself. He can't take his kid to school by himself. And he talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
That's what made the recent face-off so unforgettable. Floyd's appearance on stage with Crawford wasn't just for show. It was deeply personal. But before the world can even dream of Mayweather versus Crawford, Floyd has another challenge to face. This coming April, he's set to step into the ring with none other than Mike Tyson in an exhibition bout that has the entire combat sports world buzzing.
Great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to guard. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie.
Two names that define different eras: Floyd Mayweather, famed for elegance and defense, and Mike Tyson, notorious for brutal destruction, stand at opposite ends of boxing spectrum. Tyson has been blunt and dismissive, calling Mayweather arrogant, deriding his style, and openly declaring that if they ever met in the ring, he would try to hurt him.
For sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going.
And now, Tyson will finally get the chance to back up his words. For Floyd, this fight is about far more than a paycheck. It's a test of whether he still possesses that same sharpness, control, and edge that once made him untouchable. It's a chance to prove that even after all these years, the money still fights with purpose.
Mayweather Mike Tyson exhibition fight.
Oh, man. Hey, like I say, Mike don't like Floyd.
Appreciate it, man. Mike don't what?
He don't like Floyd. He always talk bad about Floyd.
Who the face of boxing, coach? Who the face of boxing today?
Who the face of the boxing?
Yeah.
Y'all know what it is, though.
If Floyd beats Tyson convincingly, the momentum shifts. The narrative becomes one of redemption, proof that money still has it. But if Tyson lands that one devastating punch and embarrasses him, it's over. The Crawford fight vanishes in an instant. No one will want to see a 50-year-old Mayweather step back into the ring after being flattened by a legend twice his size. In a strange twist of fate, Mike Tyson, a warrior from another era, now stands as the gatekeeper to the long-awaited Mayweather versus Crawford dream.
Going for 51-0, beat Mayweather's record with 50-0. Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this era.
But why Crawford? Why would Floyd risk everything for a fight that adds nothing to his already perfect resume? Because for Crawford, this isn't just another bout, it's history in making. To defeat Floyd Mayweather means achieving the impossible, handing the undefeated legend his first professional loss.
Between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I love you, Terrence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah,
he's
a chess
super,
master.
yeah, his IQ in that
The
sense
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. You know?
Yeah, that's true. But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
gotta pioneer it, right?
Yeah, you gotta. There's an OG you can't out figure out somewhere, and I just believe Floyd.
It's the ultimate statement, one win that could launch Crawford to the very top of every greatest of all-time list. But it's also the most dangerous fight of his career, because if he loses, that's all anyone will remember. Falling to a 50-year-old Mayweather, regardless of the circumstances, would shatter the momentum he built after beating Canelo. It's a double-edged sword. High risk, high reward. Yet Crawford still wants to fight, fully aware of what it means. He knows that no matter how many titles he claims or legends he defeats, true immortality in boxing comes from doing what no man has ever done. Defeating Floyd Money Mayweather. That's not just legacy. That's forever.
In your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know, but we haven't seen him against any elite fighter. We've never seen him tested. So until then, you know, we just going to keep saying, oh, boots, 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 until he meet that fighter that's going to test him.
Is that a fight that you would be interested in?
Nah, it just don't make sense right now in my career. Like I said, like, especially money-wise, don't nobody really know Boots, but I'm looking for bigger and better challenges like Canelo.
You're just looking for the big ones.
Yeah.
The big fish.
Yeah.
Fish fry.
Definitely. Definitely. Them the guys.
Of course, Crawford had other options. Big money fights that would keep him active, respected, and well paid without the enormous risk of facing Mayweather. The most prominent name was Jaron Boots Ennis, the young, explosive contender who's been calling out Crawford for years. Boots represents the new generation, fast, powerful, technically sharp, and relentlessly hungry. The kind of fighter who forces legends to prove they still belong at the top.
To talk about. We can talk about Boots. We can talk about a fight between Boots and Bud. I'm on record for saying that fight never happens. I still don't think it ever happens. But there should be something else that we could say about Boots outside of moving up to 154 pounds.
True.
You know, so he got to get busy. And we in September, we looking at one more fight this year from him.
Yeah.
And we should have got 3 fights from Boots this year.
Boots? Is it Boots' fault or is his representation?
You know, it's never the fighter.
In fact, many boxing veterans and former champions have urged Crawford to give Boots a shot, a chance to pass the torch, and let the next generation prove itself against one of the sport's greats.
He got our leftovers. Why would Bud want to go backwards? Why would want to go backwards? Bud looking for bigger and better fights, so where he can etch his name in the concrete forever. I don't know, because I really don't look at none of the welterweights since we did clear the division out.
However, Crawford didn't seem interested, and not out of fear. Far from it. He simply believes that fighting Boots does nothing to elevate his legacy. It's a lose-lose situation. If Crawford wins, critics will say he only beat a young, unproven fighter. If he loses, his entire legacy could collapse overnight. Facing Mayweather, however, is a risk worth taking, because a victory there would make him the man who ended perfection itself. That's not about money, it's about legacy. Boots, for all his talent, doesn't add enough to Crawford's story, which is why he's not taking that path. Another name thrown into the mix was Jermall Charlo, who has been publicly calling out Crawford for months, eager to test himself against one of boxing's best.
I want all the smoke. Give me the best. I'm in shape. I train. My lifestyle is on the move. Everything is great. So why the fuck would I want the best, man? What y'all talking about, dog? I don't got time to be playing with none of these people with these promotionals and all of these. I'm with the old school boxing. If they gave me an offer for Crawford, and me and Crawford, I talked to him one time. I'm excited. I'm so. It'll be an honor to get in the ring with him, not just today, just because of what he done as becoming undisputed. He completed something that I didn't complete, and so being in the ring with Crawford would be amazing. I give him the best fight of today's era. I don't think that there's no other fight out there in the boxing world for Crawford to make right now. The best fight really would be me. The best fight with Boots is me. The best fight with Crawford is me.
But here's the problem. The matchup just doesn't make sense. Canelo Alvarez already dominated Jermall Charlo, and Floyd Mayweather once defeated Canelo. So logically, since Crawford has already beaten Canelo, facing Charlo, who sits lower on that chain, proves nothing. It's like fighting someone you've already beaten by proxy. That's exactly why Crawford isn't interested in going down that route.
Hey, I'm done after that.
Of course, 100%.
What's the thing about Jamel? Oh, I feel like you don't like Jamel. And if
I don't.
You got respect for the Earl. So if you did Earl like that, god damn.
I don't like Jamel for the simple fact that I feel he's a fake individual. I feel Earl is real. I feel he's genuine. I feel like he stand on 10 toes on everything that he say or do. I feel like Jamel is just one of those guys that do a lot for attention. I was cool with Jamel and Jamal and they older brother prior to me moving up in weight. You know, I got messages with he hit me up asking me he gonna pull up in Omaha, and we talking about cars, we talking about all different type of stuff. Once, you know, I moved up in the division, and I understand that they stable mates. He trained with Arrow Coach, and they've been knowing each other for a long time. For him to start bashing me and talking bad about me and saying I'm gonna get knocked out, and, you know, going out his way to say little slick shit about me.
Mayweather is the undefeated king of the old era, while Crawford stands as the conqueror of the new. For Mayweather, this fight is about protecting his legacy. For Crawford, it's about rewriting boxing history. And the way they stared each other down during that tense face-off said everything, without a single word spoken.
Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.